This video, I'm going to discuss the laboratory activity, my laboratory activity 5.1. And let's start. First, it's only at the stdlib.h or our standard library function. Also for our string.h that are used for our string declarations. First is predefine the file name, its text, and custom data type as a type abstract named student, and we just group the related information in the single structure char ID 7, or just it's only 6, but we add the null terminator, so equals to 7. The name for our students is equals to 50, maximum 50. Now for our int grade, this time here are our function declaration for each function. Here are the add record function, void records function, search by ID, update grade function, and plus the statistics function. And here are the function definition of add records. First, it opens file and append node to collect student details. If you didn't see the file, it was user the error opening. It also collects the student ID and is stored into the student.id variable. And you just mentioned you got char just to consume a new line. And for our here just also collect the username as first there's username and sec first the fgets. You are to store the student's name into the student's variable. Okay. And here remove a new line, a here line, and also gets the student's grade 0 range to 100 exact, and store in the student grade variable. If student grade is below 0 or above 100, inform user that valid grades must be between 0 and 100. I'm going to close the file and return. And for our second function, the list record function. First, it's the same as the first one. It's going to first open the file and get a reading mode. Okay, just a reading mode. It's the reading mode, and if not file, going to prompt the user as an error opening file. Second, I second color. And it's going to show the list of the students. In front of the list of the student, there's ID, their name, and student grade. And for our third, I'm going to close the file. Close the file. If count is 0 or none, no records found. I'm going to drop the user that no records involved. And for our third function, the void search by ID, it's also the same as the previous one. The file, if I'm going to open the file, it's a reading mode. If a file is not going to print the error opening file and return to the display menu. It prompts the user to enter their ID and store into the search ID variable. And it going to loops in the record to find a match. If found, display the student details. Otherwise, informs the user that no match record exists. And going back to display menu. For void update grade, first it open file, as a reading mode, If not, it's the same as the previous one. Return, it was a fine with right, right waiting mode. If not, it's going to error waiting time file. If it's true, the waiting mode going to continue into this slides. I'm going to come to user to enter the ID to updates. I'm going to enter the ID and search store for the search ID variable. If done, putting the ID, I'm going to grant the user to change to previous grade and store for the new grade. And it goes to loop and remove the text to change the grade. Here are the lines for upgrading the grade. For our functions class statistics, they are the same for opening the file as a reading mode, but it's the same as the previous one. There is zero file not found or error opening file. Here we have declare count total highest and lowest. Lowest, and if done calculating the grade, it's going to close the file and print out the students number of students, the average of grades of the students, and the highest grades of the students, and the lowest grades of the students. Else, if not found, records not found. And now for our main function, we declare, we're just going to declare our functions here. Just use the while loop for our main function. And just declare our choice as char because we're just for our it's a character. Each that's why we use a character data type. Sorry, choice. Okay, the video. We will just mention our functions here one by one and just wait so that our this function is not continue to the other function. Okay, and that's for default. If the user input is invalid, print, print this invalid choice and try again. And for the seating program is if the user input a Q and it will exit the program. And the program is that. Thank you. And here are our results.